A very warm welcome to our dignitaries. Sri Ramasamy Sir, Director, Bharat Vidya Bhavan. Dr.Sunder, Convener, Music Forum. So what is the Music Forum? Started over 20 years ago with an intention to spread awareness among schools and colleges to demystify classical music. The aim is to bring in younger population as more rasikas to the classical arts. Dr. Sunder is the convener of the Music Forum and has conducted a number of events for students and general public all over Tamil Nadu. This includes a series of lecture demonstrations featuring top musicians speaking on the nuances of music. He has taken upon himself the laudable responsibility of demystifying and propagating Carnatic music. He has produced and anchored a popular music serial titled Maitrim Bhajata for a popular TV channel, which ran successfully for 2 years. He was also the founder-editor of Dhwani, a popular magazine among youngsters. For the past 7 to 8 years, Apex Institute and Music Academy have been strong pillars to this initiative. Over 20 schools from Chennai, Velur, Valajabad, and 1,200 plus students attend this workshop every year. Geetam Katacha Samamastu Loke, Hardyam Swarascharitam cha Yuktam, Tanmilnam Sadhyatu Pramodam, Sangeetha Kathanubhavam Namaha. So what does this mean? May music and story blend harmoniously in this world, united with heartfelt melodies and noble tales. May their union bring joy and delight. We bow to this experience called Sangeetha Kathanubhavam. So what is Sangeetha Kathanubhavam? Sangeetam is music. Katha is story. Anubhavam is experience. So here we are to experience stories through music. Let me give you a small story here. We all know Krishna. He's the Lord who plays the flute. So one day he was playing the flute and Yamuna, which was gushing fast, started going slowly. The birds which were chirping so beautifully stopped chirping. The cows which were grazing stopped grazing to listen to Krishna's music. Yashoda was surprised. She said, Krishna, come here. Why have all of these people stopped doing their work to listen to your music? After all, it's just music. They can still graze. Yamuna can still flow. She can still listen to your music. Krishna said, Amma, this is not just music. They are hearing the stories that I say through my music. Stories of joy, devotion is what they hear. So they stop to listen to my stories. Let me tell you another story. We all know Narada, right? Who is Narada? He's a sage. He holds a veena in his hand and a chapla katte. He goes, Narayana, Narayana. To give it to you in short, he's like the personal musician for Vishnu, who sleeps in the Milky Ocean. Vishnu always keeps listening to Narada's music. Once he asked, Narada, you can't talk normally. Nee eppo pathalum paadinde irukkepa. Yen nee pesa maatiya? So Narada says, it's very easy to communicate the truth and my stories through music. It stays with people much longer. So through music, when you convey a story or a thought, it stays within the people for a longer time, which is why our topic this year, Sangeetha Kathanubhavam, becomes extremely important. So formally welcoming you all to Sangeetha Kathanubhavam and welcoming the dignitaries on the stage as well. I call upon requesting the dignitaries to light the lamp to start the event formally. We start with the invocation song by students of Swami School. R. Meera, Nityashri N, Sampriti S, Abarna A, Vishruti V, Velkumaran, Balaragayar and Tanyashri.
மறை பூவிலிருப்பாள் வீணை செய்யும் ஒலியிலிருப்பாள் வெள்ளை தாமரை பூவிலிருப்பாள் வீணை செய்யும் ஒலியிலிருப்பாள் கொள்ள இன்பம் குலவு கவிதை கொள்ள இன்பம் குலவு கவிதை கூறு பாவலர் உள்ளத்திரு பால் வெள்ளை தாமரை பூவிலிருப்பாள் வீணை செய்யும் ஒலியிலிருப்பாள் உள்ளதாம் பொருள் தேடியுணர்ந்தே உள்ளதாம் பொருள் தேடியுணர்ந்தே ஓதும் வேதத்தினுள் நின்றொளிர்வாள் ஓதும் வேதத்தினுள் நின்றொளிர்வாள் கள்ளமற்ற முனிவர்கள் கூறும் கள்ளமற்ற முனிவர்கள் கூறும் கருணை வாசகத்தூள் போருலா வால் வெள்ளை தாமரை பூவிலிருப்பாள் வீணை செய்யும் ஒலியிலிருப்பாள் மாதத்தீங்குரல் பாட்டிலிருப்பாள் மாதத்தீங்குரல் பாட்டிலிருப்பாள் மக்கள் பேசும் மழலையில் உள்ளாள் மக்கள் பேசும் மழலையில் உள்ளாள் கீதம் பாடும் குயிலின் குரலை கீதம் பாடும் குயிலின் குரலை கிளியின் நாவில் இருப்பிடம் கொண்டாள் வெள்ளை தாமரை பூவிலிருப்பாள் வீணை செய்யும் ஒலியிலிருப்பாள் தாமரை பூவிலிருப்பாள் வீணை செய்யும் ஒலியிலிருப்பாள்.
Requesting Dr.Sunder to honor the students who have presented the invocation song, R. Meera, Nityashri N, Sampriti S, Abarna A, Vishruti V, Velkumaran, Balaragayar, Tanyashri. I invite Dr. Sunder to propose the welcome address.
Let's start with a round of applause. This round of applause was for you or yourselves. This morning I got up at around 3:45 a.m. with severe lightning and thunder, and I said, oh my God, this time this program might get affected because of rain. And I thought probably 20, 30 children may come, but still we'll go ahead with the program. As it stands here, we have filled up the ground floor of this auditorium, probably more yet to come. So, the purpose of this program, as already given by Lekha in her talk, is that we are trying to bring listenership, rasikatvam, the ability to appreciate music. Of course, you can appreciate so many other arts, but in this case, being part of the music forum, we want people to appreciate the greatness of our music and in the process, the greatness of our culture. We started just over 10 years ago, so we have actually completed a decade of successful programs. I remember those days we used to fill up the, thank you. We used to fill up the first floor also with students who used to come all the way from Walajabad and Ranipet and so on. Primarily because we want to reach out to generation next. Today we are bombarded on all sides by different cultures, different art forms, so much so that a divine art form like our music gets submerged and also sometimes, I would say, difficult to appreciate. Music Forum just tries to bridge that gap. நீங்கள் எல்லாம் சில குழந்தைகள் எல்லாம் நன்னா பாடினா சில குழந்தைகள் இன்னும் ஆடியன்ஸில் பாட்டு கற்றுக்கிறேள். And I'm happy that every year we get so many students from schools, and I would like one more round of applause. கேட்டு வாங்க வேண்டியிருக்கு. Thing is that this applause is for your teachers who have taken all the effort to bring you all to this auditorium. I welcome all of you to this program. Today, as Lekha in her introduction, is Sangeetha Kathanubhavam. She actually narrated a few stories, so that became Natya Kathanubhavam. So the point is that we are going to narrate some stories, but most of all it's a music program. So through this process, I must actually say that I, as a musician, approach this as a way to get more insight into these compositions that are Namba Suttu, it's our treasure, and we need to preserve our traditions. I welcome Sri Ramaswamy from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, who has kindly agreed to preside over this function. And Mr. Ramaswamy from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan is no stranger to all of us, but the point is that he is part of our music forum. And whenever we get an opportunity to showcase what we are doing, he offers all, neenga vaango, enga bhavan eppodume tharandirukum. And so many are the days when a lot of our children have visited the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, not only listening to the music there, but also for the various snacks that he generously provides. We also thank the Music Academy for providing the hall and its wonderful other facilities here. So without much further ado, we will start the program. This program is rather unique because it is both the speakers are medical professionals. Dr. Sudha Seshayyan, who will be introduced later. She has been the Vice Chancellor of the MGR Medical University. She is a renowned Tamil scholar. But one thing that a lot of people don't know is that she was my classmate. So, to that extent, this program is rather unique. I welcome all of you. For the next 2 hours, please be our guests, and there are also some refreshments on the way. Please stay till the end. Enjoy. Thank you.
I request Dr. Sunder to honor Sri Ramaswamy sir. Sri Ramaswamy sir, Director, Bharat Vidya Bhavan, Chennai Kendra, is a distinguished patron of Indian arts and culture. He has been honored with numerous prestigious awards, including the Sangeetha Seva Ratna by the Music Forum, the 21st Century Millennium Award, and the Lifetime Achievement Award. His contributions have also been recognized by the Government of Tamil Nadu and India. Beyond his role as Bhavans, he is actively serves on several cultural committees, including the Tamil Iyalisai Nataka Mandram and the advisory boards of the Sangeet Natak Academy and AIMA, playing a vital role in the Chennai's recognition as a UNESCO Creative City for Music. He has been a constant support for Music Forum and Freedom Trust. He works tirelessly 24/7 for the cause of music and culture. Sri Ramaswamy has been highly recognized by the industry for his work towards promoting arts. Your presence here today really means a lot, sir. I request, sir, to please speak a few words.
Hello, Sri Guru Pyo Nama. I'm very happy to be here, though I expected to be on the other side this morning, but Dr. Sunder insisted that I should come onto the stage and speak to you. I am very happy that God has heard Dr. Sunder and stopped rain and rhyme so that we could be here. So wonderful work done by Dr. Sunder. I've always been associated with the Music Forum, as well as all that is happening around the city on the cultural front, because being a part of my duty. I am with the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, which is an all-India organization with 140 centers in India and 10 overseas. This was instituted in 1938 to preserve and propagate Indian culture and its values through education, publication, and performing arts. In Chennai, the performing art portion gets a major thrust because of the people's interest compared to the other parts of the country. So I get more involved into the whole affair, what's happening on the cultural world. We have a school called Rajadi Vidyashram in Chennai, and we also have about 700 students in Mylapore and another 700 students in Kilpak participating beyond the education field. In fact, I wanted not the organizers to more actively participate in this program. There should be students' organization. They themselves coming up and organizing such programs. And we give support from outside. This is what is really the days should be tomorrow's. It is not always you have been invited to do it. And students, a culture has to be developed in the school level itself for the students to participate in the music, enjoy it, whether it's a drama, dance, any program. And they themselves should come forward and do it. And we are here, the seniors, to support you. Not the seniors conducting and the juniors participating. I think this system should change over a period. We should entrust a few schools and they have to organize the students, bring them up. Their involvement is more important. We are not here to participating in a competition. This is also most important. We are a part of the Indian system and culture. We join, everybody is equal here. Irrespective of the caste, community, and the music is general. It is meant for anybody. You can enjoy it. It is only it's just just it is come out of your mind, your interest to get involved. This will go on years because there are academic pressures that keeps you away after some time. When you reach the 11th standard, 12th standard, I know what happens. Your attention is totally diverted. And diverted even by parents. They say concentrate on your studies. Even parents advise them not to. This is not right. You may score a 2 marks less if you can do a better musician. Because over a period, you will have that in you over the years. A Carnatic musician can live up to 70 or 80, then still sing and entertain the audience. But not in the film world. Film world gets you for a brief period, get you out. Name and fame only for a few years. Whereas in Carnatic music, you can hear for many, many years of their involvement. And the devotion. And this kind of habit that you develop within you to behave yourself within the family and also bring up the next generation. This is very important. This beyond the music. Music is nothing but we are in singing in the praise of the Lord. You are there. Everybody is the same. Your voice does not matter. Whether you have got a better voice than the other, it does not matter. What there is the involvement. Take it to the heart and sing loud. Out of your mind out. This is where the final comes to. And at any time, any student organization comes forward, we are here to help you. And we have about 90 schools all over India and 10 over, even 5 schools, even in the Middle East with about 8 to 9, 5 schools have about 20,000 students on doing a CBSE stream. So we take it to other places also. We have centers in UK, USA, Australia, where we take all kind of cultural activities. Because education is something different than the publication. We have the best of all publications of India today. The largest selling publication today in India is Rajagopalachari's Ramayana. Next comes Mahabharata. There are so many books on where we can get educated, and we also propagate it. Even today, the Sudha Seshayyan who is coming here, he will be here today afternoon. She will be there in Bhavan for one T.S. Balakrishna Shastri's felicitation program, and followed by a release of Bhavan's own publication. Kind of people we get and reach to the people, which is very, very important. Today, I think, compared to the last few years, I think there is a less attendance. Maybe the rain god has stopped them. That does not mean that you make one more very soon. That's what I request. The music request means I also a part of the music forum to do or make it into 2 parts, so that this should be very more frequently. This should be done, not once in a year. This is where the success lies. If educating them today and tomorrow forgetting about it does not matter. It should ring into the mind tomorrow also. I wish all the best. If anything is required, as from the music forum as well as from the Bharatiya, we'll be there to help the students to help and give them. Many of the schools must have participated in the recent bhajan competition, which was done. About 35 schools participated, and the 2 days was totally spent in the Bhavan by the students to get to the bhajan competitions. So the kind of these things should go and over a period, and I wish all the best. Anything we can do, you come and request us. We are here. It should be organized by you. This is where the success lies. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. I request the dignitaries to take your seat. Before we move on to session 1, today, every time we clap, we'll have a signature way of how we're going to be clapping. All right, we usually clap with all our fingers, right? So now I'm going to reduce the fingers each time. So we're going to clap with those many fingers at every point. Will you all join me? Thank you. So start clapping. Now 4 fingers. Now 3, 2, 1, and 5. So our first session today is by Dr.Sunder, As the stage sets up, now throughout this, I request everyone to please have your mobile phones in silent so that we don't have any disturbance through the sessions. And for all the students, you're all going to follow Shravana Bhakti. What is Shravana Bhakti? Every time when we are in school, first thing when the teacher says, we start writing. What does the teacher say? Modo Gavani. Modo na solrada kelu. Adukapro எழுது. Correcta? She says, listen to me first and then start taking your notes. That is what is Shravanam, where you have to listen quietly. All right? So we will be having our session starting. This is like the similar story of Prahlada, where he knew everything about Vishnu even before he came into the world. Because when he was in his mother's womb, he kept hearing Naradas saying so much about Vishnu. Even if his mother slept off, he was inside the womb saying, So when he came to this world, he was already a big devotee of Lord Narayana. So similarly now today, you're all going to pay attention to both the sessions very carefully, which is Shravana Bhakti. Now for the formal introduction to Dr. Sunder. Dr. Sunder is a physician, musician, and social worker known for his contributions to Carnatic music and his philanthropic work. He is also the founder of Freedom Trust, which provides training in the arts for handicapped children. He is the convener of the Chennai chapter of the Music Forum and produced and anchored the program Maitreem Bhajata on Sri Shankara TV. Kalaimamani Dr. S. Sunder is one of the foremost musicians and musicologists in the firmament of Carnatic music today. He is one of the senior most disciples of Sangeetha Kalanidhi Vidwan Sri D.K. Jayaraman and Sangeetha Kalanidhi Vidwan Sri T.K. Govindarao. Dr. Sunder has won numerous awards for his musical performances, including the Kalaimamani in 2003, Perumpana Nambi, Gana Kala Vipanchi, to name a few. Dr. Sunder is also a postgraduate in the rare field of physical medicine and rehabilitation and has been honored by the state as the Best Doctor for Medicine and the National Award of Best Individual Award in 2008 for social service. He is the head of the Department of Rehabilitation at the Global Health City and has established the leading Prem Center for Physiotherapy and Rehabilitation Medicine in Thiruvanmayur. His accompanying artist today, on the violin, Sri Karekal Venkata Subramanian, Mridangam, Sri Sai Raghavan, disciples of Dr. Sunder on vocal support, Srimati J.B. Kirtana, on the flute, Sri J.B. Shruti Sagar. Presenting Dr. Sunder.
Shall we start? How many of you like a nice story? How many of you like music? How many of you are learning music? Oh, great. We have a lot of potential Vidwans and Vidushis here. Okay, good. So the point is, Kathanubhavam, which is an experience of music as well as the story. I went into so many stories that are associated with our Puranas and so on, and found out actually that many of our saintly composers, you can call them saints, rather than calling them composers, let's call them saints, and there are stories associated with how they composed their first composition, their first ever composition. And I'm building up my talk based on that. It appears that when somebody wants to compose a song, it's not that you sit in front of a desk with a pen and pencil and start writing that song and then setting it to music. Our concept of songs and divinity seem to be separate. They seem to be in silos, whereas There is a story. Do you know who was the world's youngest music composer? A young child at the age of 3, Jnana Sambandar. He was a Saivite saint. Now, how did he start composing? How can a child of 3 start composing? Is a question. And there's a story associated with it. How many of you have been to Sirghai near Chidambaram? Yeah. So there's a temple there. And his father, Shivapadar, and Bhagirathi are his mother, took the child to the temple, Sirghai temple. Another name for the Sirghai temple is Brahmapurishwarar, because the Lord Brahma said to have prayed there. 3-year-old child, soon as it reached the temple, started crying. And when you see a child crying, first thing is, Pachikirada enva, isn't it? Adi illanna onnu porda enva. First you see a child, and then say, okay, Pachikirunala dhaan alarudhu, அப்படின்னு சொல்லி. So Shivapadar and I think they left the child on the tank, temple tank. In those days, there used to be temple tanks with water. And they placed the child on the tank and went in search of milk. But when the parents came back, they found this child with drops of milk on its lips. So, with its limited, you couldn't actually converse with the child. So they asked the child, what happened? How did you get this drops of milk on your lips? The child just pointed upwards, and there was a vision of Lord Shiva and his consort, Parvathy. And this incident of Parvathy, the mother, divine mother, suckling the child or giving milk to the child is depicted in a sculpture in the temple. So this is one of the earliest compositions. We should look at it around the late 7th century AD. We are talking of something 1,300, more than 1,300 years old. So that is the ancient song. What is his first song? Immediately after receiving the divine milk, the child broke into song, and this is the first song of Jnana Sambandar. Todudaya Sheviyan, Todudaya Sheviyan, Todudaya Sheviyan, Todudaya Sheviyan, Vidayeri Vortuvin Madisudi. Todudaya Seviyan Vidayeri Vortuvin Madisudi. Kadudaya Sudalai Podi Pujiyan Ullam Kavar Kalvan. Kadudaya Sudalai Podi Pujiyan Ullam Kavar Kalvan. Malaran Munai Nat Panindeta Arul Sheda Yedudaya Malaran Munai Nat Panindeta Arul Sheda Pirudaya Pirama Purameviya Pemmani Vanandre. Pirama Purameviya Pemmani நன்றே. அருணெறிய மறை வல்ல முனியகன் பொய்கை அலர்மேய. அருணெறிய மறை வல்ல முனியகன் பொய்கை அலர்மேய. பெருநெறிய பிரமபுரமேவிய பெம்மானிவன் தன்னை. பெருநெறிய பிரமபுரமேவிய பெம்மானிவன் தன்னை. ஒரு நெறிய மனம் வைத்துணர் ஞான சம்பந்தன் உரை செய்த. ஒரு நெறிய மனம் வைத்துணர் ஞான சம்பந்தன் உரை செய்த. திருநெறிய தமிழ் வல்லவன் தொல்வினை தீர்த்தல் எளிதாமே. திருநெறிய தமிழ் வல்லவன் தொல்வினை தீர்த்தல் எளிதாமே. திருநெறிய தமிழ் வல்லவன் தொல்வினை தீர்த்தல் எளிதாமே. Samadar was one of the trinity of the Tamil saints canonized in the Tirumurai, the Saiva Siddhantathiliye adu. They are the three great saints, ஞானசம்பந்தர், Appar or Tirunavukkarasar. They were actually contemporaries. Appar was age-wise more senior, and Sundarar, who came a couple of centuries later. So these three were the saints who could be considered as the trinity as of Tamil music. I had occasion to speak with Polavar Vaidyalingan. He said, இதெல்லாம் பாடல். தேவாரம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லும்போது இதெல்லாம் பாடல். So there are 12 திருமுறைகள். There are 12 volumes, and the first 3 are by Samandar, next 3 are by Appar or Navukkarasar, and subsequently Sundarar has done the 7th and so on. For the Saiva Siddhanthatta பொறுத்தவரைக்கும், it is a very, it's the tradition, and also they swear by the volumes of the Tirumureigal. And another story about the first song of Appar or Navukkarasar. He was born Marunikiyar in a place called Thiru Adigai near Panruti, and he was brought up by his sister Tilakavadiyar. So, having been brought up, he was well educated. There are many occasions where all these saints, even the succeeding ones, the composers, have been well educated in the scriptures. So was Appar or Marunikiyar. He somehow got attracted to Jainism, which was also a religion very prevalent those days. So he converted to Jainism and was renamed Dharmasenar. They changed his name. And he actually became a monk and later a chieftain. And also head of a monastery there, Jain monastery called in Tirupada Puliyur. It so happened, and these are part of the leelas or the vilayadalgal of the gods, that he developed a stomach pain. And very severe pain. Kudarodu tudakki mudakki, it is very severe sort of pain. What we would call it as abdominal colic. Today we would treat it with injection, some tablets, but those days he tried all sorts of herbs and everything, nothing to any avail. So he came running to his sister Tilavadi and said, "Umba valikkudu vayaru, enna pannalam theriyala." And then she said, she tirunir poosittu, she took him to the well in Veerattanathurai, in that temple. And they prayed to Lord Shiva there. And he broke into song because he was relieved of his stomach pain. So the story is that he converted to Shaivism and later came to be known as Tirunavukkarasar, Navukkarasar, or simply Appar. குற்றாயினவாறு விளக்ககிலீர் கொடுமை பல செய்தன நானறியேன். குற்றாயினவாறு விளக்ககிலீர் கொடுமை பல செய்தன நானறியேன். கொடுமை பல செய்தன நானறியேன். ஏற்றாயடிக்கேன் இரவும் பகலும், ஏற்றாயடிக்கேன் இரவும் பகலும் பிரியாது வணங்குவன் எப்பொழுதும் தோற்றாதென் வயிற்றின் அகம்படியே குடரோடு துடக்கி முடக்கிட, குடரோடு துடக்கி முடக்கிட, குடரோடு துடக்கி முடக்கிட. ஆற்றேனடியே நதிகை கெடில, ஆற்றேனடியே அதிகை கெடில வீரட்டானத்துறை அம்மானே. ஆற்றேனடியே அதிகை கெடில வீரட்டானத்துறை அம்மானே. The composers sometimes signed their name. You would have noticed in the previous song, Sambandhan, அப்படின்னு திருஞான சம்பந்தன்னு அவரோட பேர் வரும், கோயில் பேரும் வரும். பிரமாபுரம் அப்படின்ட்டு தட் இஸ் சீர்காழி. இங்கே வந்து வீரட்டானத்துறை அம்மானே அப்படின்னு அந்த கோயிலோட பேரும் வருது. ஸோ he praises Lord Shiva in having relieved him of his colicky pain and says that I am now free of all the disease and distress. We move on to the third saint of the three Trinity, and that is Sundarar. Sundarar was a strapping youngster who was about to get married. They had fixed up எல்லாம் நிச்சயதார்த்தங்கள்லாம் பண்ணியாச்சு. Just at the time when he is getting married, an old man, actually Shiva in disguise, came up to the entire group and said, no, this marriage cannot happen. Everybody was shocked. No, you see, this document says that this Sundarar is my slave, my servant. It's all written in the records. It was challenged by everybody, including Sundarar himself. And he said, okay, show me the document. And then he tore it and all that. Then Shiva said, no, I have a Xerox copy of that. The point is that anyway, The document was found to be original, and Sundarar said, "Pita, you are a madman to trouble me like this and interfere with my marriage." And all these are the divine acts of Lord Shiva. And this old man ran towards a temple, chased by Sundarar. Story goes that he went into the temple and vanished. Which temple? Thiruvannainallur. And in fact, Thiruvannainallur is somewhere near Viluppuram. It is, in fact, they say Aatkunda. Aatkunda is next to that. The Aatkolludal abdina, the Lord takes you on him. There is a backstory to this. His name was Alala Sundaram, and he was in Kailasa and fell in love with two damsels in the Kailasa. That's a backstory. And Sundarar's story is very long and interesting, but this is the story of his first song. He went into the temple at Thiruvannainallur and said, "Lord, I realize my folly. I should not have called you Pitta. Now I want to sing in your praise. What do I do?" You start with the word Pitta. Ullendu. Lord has commanded him, you sing. This is sometime in the 9th century AD. And he starts in, this ragam is Maya Malagola. Piraishuni Perumane Arulala Pitta Piraishuni Perumane Arulala Yettan Maravade கல்லித்திரை கையால் காரூர் புனல் ஏதி கரை கல்லித்திரை கையால் பாரூர் புகழ் ஏதி திகழ் பன்மாமலை உந்தி பாரூர் புகழ் ஏதி திகழ் பன்மாமலை உந்தி சீரூர் வெணி தென்பால் வெண்ணை நல்லூர் அருட்டுரையுள் சீரூர் வெண்ணை தென்பால் வெண்ணை நல்லூர் அருட்டுரையுள் ஆரூரன பெருமாகாளல்லேனலாமே ஆரூரன பெருமாகாளல்லேனலாமே ஆரூரன பெருமாகாள் அல்லேனலாமே I'm going chronologically. This was 9th century. And Sundarar's songs were called as Tirupattu. There was a 7th volume. Following that, around that time, there are times where the histories keep, merging with each other and are not very clear, but around the same time, there is a 4th saint who is also included with this as Nalvar. He was Manika Vachakar. Manika Vachakar was actually in Madurai. He was one of the ministers of a Pandyan king, Varaguna Pandyan II. Now this king, he was a minister in his court, and this Pandyan king, Uttaravu, he gave the order, you must buy some horses. Those days, no tanks, missiles, drones, nothing, only horses. So our man was sent to buy horses. But on the way, he met one ascetic, one who was Shiva in disguise. And immediately fell under the influence of Shiva Bhakti. And immediately he started constructing a temple. Days passed. This temple was coming, no sign of the horses. This temple was called Tirupperunturai, Avadiyar Kovil. It's near Arandangi area. Beautiful temple, and he constructed this temple, forgot totally about the horses. So the king got worried. What happened? Our man is not to be seen. So he sent everybody. He also put him in jail and said, where are the horses? There were no horses. Shiva then did one of his leelaigal. He converted or made a few foxes into horses, and these horses were displayed to the king, but at night they turned back to foxes. So it said that the king realized his folly, fell at the feet of Manika Vachakar. Manika Vachakar also blessed him, and his first song, which is being sung as a Viruttam.
நமச்சிவாய வாழ்க நாதன் தாழ்வாழ்க இமைப்பொழுதும் என் நெஞ்சில் நீங்காதான் தாழ்வாழ்க கோகழியாண்ட குருமணிதன் தாழ்வாழ்க ஆகமம் ஆகி நின்று அன்னிப்பான் தாழ்வாழ்க ஏகன் அநேகன் ஏகன் அநேகன் இறைவனடி வாழ்க வேகம் கெடுத்து ஆண்டவே நடி வெல்க பிறப்பருக்கும் பிஞ்சகள் தன் பீக்கழல்கள் வெல்க புறத்தார்க்கு சேயோன் தன் பூங்கழல்கள் வெல்க கரங்குவிவார் உள்மகிழும் கோன் கழல் வெல்க சிரம் குவிவார் ஓங்குவிக்கும் சீரோன் கழல் வெல்க ஈசனடி போற்றி எந்த அடி போற்றி தேசனடி போற்றி சிவன் சேவடி போற்றி நேயத்தே நின்று நிமலனடி போற்றி மாய மாயப்பிறப்பருக்கும் மன்னனடி போற்றி சீரார் பெருந்துரை நத்தேவனடி போற்றி ஆராத இன்பம் அருளும் மலை போற்றி போற்றி
Since it was composed by Manika Vachakar, the composition is called Tiruvachakam. Again, it's included in the Tirumuraigal. We will move on again chronologically into the 15th century now to sage Purandaradasa, who is said to be the Pitamahar of Carnatic music. Why he is called is because he is credited with the formation of the Sarali Varsha. Ningala Sarali Varsha, Janta Varsha, you would have learned Geetams. All these Aramba Padangal or Abhyasa Geetam you might have learned. Now sage Purandaradasa was not a sage at all. He was born Srinivasa Nayaka. He was born to Leelavati and Vardappa Nayaka in the Shimoga district of Karnataka. His father also was a merchant. Our man took over the legacy and became a bigger merchant. In fact, he traded in jewelry. He was very miserly, very, very attached to his possessions. Oru paisa kudumatar yarugum. Lord Vittala came to him disguised as a Brahmin. And now, where do we get all these sources? Sometimes these sources are in the compositions of the composer himself. Anyway, Lord Vittala came to him in the guise of a Brahmin who wanted to do Punal, Upanayanam, for his son. Give me some money. Alla mudiyad. 6 months he kudukumaten solte. Finally, he gave a coin which had no value. Take this. So this Brahmin went to his wife to the house and said, I went on to one jewelry shop, kept asking for money. He gave me this coin which is of no value. What will I do for the Upanayanam which I have scheduled next? His wife was a very pious lady, and she removed her ring, diamond ring. Her argument was that it was given by my father. It was not earned by Srinivasa Nayaka. So she had all the right to give it away. She gave it to this Brahmin to conduct. Vittala, in the guise of this Brahmin, went back to Srinivasa Nayaka and said, one of these people gave a ring which I would like you to exchange. I would like to pawn it and give me some money. Srinivasa Nayaka, a smart guy, he could immediately identify that ring belonged to his wife. So he put it in a locker and locked it up and ran home and asked his wife, where is your ring with the diamond? His wife could not answer that question, so she decided, let me consume poison. Let me commit suicide. And as she was about to drink that poison, she found at the bottom of the vessel, she found this ring. Now all of these stories can be related in long, dramatized. In fact, I've seen an entire dance drama on this episode. The point is that the stories as a prelude to the first song of this composer. So our lady suddenly saw the ring and gave it to him. It was one of Vittal's divine miracles, and Srinivasa Nayaka saw the ring and said, it is her ring, right? So he ran back to the shop opened the locker. That ring was not there. So he realized his follies. So many of these composers actually have started off as normal people, and the ஆட்கொள்ளுதல் அப்படின்னு சொல்லும்போது they have been that their chittam, their consciousness has been occupied by the Lord. Whether it is Shiva, Muruga or Vittala doesn't matter. They started composing. Similarly, Purandaradasa burst out into song. Srinivasa Nayaka gave up all his worldly possessions and became sage Purandaradasa. And his first song was a Geetam. The first was a Geetam, and in the Ragam Sudha Saveri. In fact, he mentions later on that all that he has achieved is, all his saintliness could be attributed to the grace of Lord Vittala and his wife Lakshmi.
सकल शास्त्र पुराण दीनं ताळ परिहदोरे
தெரிஞ்சா நீங்களும் பாடலாம்.
परिहतं जटाजूट सकल शास्त्रं
रणदीनं ताळ परिहदोरे This was his first composition. I also thought it's just some ordinary first song, Ana Lekara, maybe it's something related to an elephant or something. No. In Kannada, it is, water gets dissipated from a pot. Like that pot, all my energies were being dissipated in different directions. You have brought me back to my true path, my true spiritual path. ஒரு சின்ன 4 வரியில he brings a lot of philosophy in this song. And those are the songs that you all learn from your teachers in music. This was his first song. We go to another divine composer around this period, and he is Arunagirinathar. Arunagirinathar, there are again a few versions about it. One version said that he was brought up by his sister Adi. Arunagirinathar was earlier he was well versed in scriptures and all well educated, but he was very purposeless. He used to have all the bad habits, and for which he used to torture his sister for money. Paisa kode, and he used to spend all the time in the courtesans' places. In fact, one day he came to a level that she says, I have no more money, you can sell me and take the money. He was immediately totally struck by remorse or agony or whatever. இந்த மாதிரி நான் பண்ணிட்டேனே, ஐயோ, I have behaved so badly throughout my life. And like the thing, he decided, now I will end my life. Arunagirinathar was born in Tiruvannamalai. Again, very close here. Annamalai, Arunachaleshwara, he ran up the temple crying hitting his head against the pillars. This life is useless, that sort of a thing. No? I wasted my life, all the debauchery that I have done. And he jumped off the one of the gopurams of the temple, and he found himself in the arms of Lord Muruga. He had the divine vision. Lord Muruga took his veil and wrote the Shadakshara Mantram on his tongue. And lo and behold, Arunagirinathar, who would later on compose 16,000 songs, some of which are with us today. And because of his knowledge of Tala and so on, he used to be called Chanda Pavada Peruman. He composed his first song on beholding the divine sight of Lord Muruga. So we've had Muruga, we've had Vithala, we've had Shiva, all divine games being played on their devotees.
முத்தை தரு பக்தி திருநகை அத்திக்கிரை சத்தி சரவண முத்தி கொருவித்து குருபரையன ஓதும் முத்தை தரு பக்தி திருநகை அத்திக்கிரை சத்தி சரவண முத்தி கொருவித்து குருபரையன ஓதும் முக்கட்பரமர்க்கு சுருதி முற்பட்டது கற்பத்திருவரும் முப்பத்து முவர்க்கத்தமரரும் அடிப்பேண முக்கட்பரமர்க்கு சுருதி முற்பட்டது கற்பித்திருவரும் முப்பத்து முவர்க்க தமரரும் அடிப்பேண பத்து தலை தத்த கணதொடு ஒற்றை கிரிமத்தை பொறுதொரு பட்ட பகல் வட்ட திகிரியில் இரவாக பத்தற்கிரதத்தை கடவிய பச்சை புறன் மிச்சத்தகு பொருள் பட்சத்தொடு ரட்சித்தருள்வதும் ஒரு நாளே
Any of you have problems in pronunciation? Just try singing this song. It's a real tongue twister. So imagine the first song of Arunagirinathar was this. And you must know that without this divine intervention, how could these songs have been so perfect in terms of chandam, in terms of prosody, dvitiyakshara prasam, antyakshara prasam? We'll see later also with Dikshitar's songs, the same issues. The point is that, yes, we are all scientific minded today. I am also a scientist, so is Dr. Sudha Seshayyan, who is here with us today. But the point is, at some level, we have to respect or understand the divinity behind the compositions which enabled these composers to become saints. One of them was the Trinity composer Saint Tyagaraja. Among the three, he was the one who took up sannyasa, so he's called Saint Tyagaraja. Tyagaraja was born in a regular Brahmin family to Rama Brahmam and Sitamma. They were
Kakarla. They were Telugu Brahmins, but born in Tiruvarur. And as a child, this Tyagaraja was very much interested in Sanskrit, Telugu. They used to be educated in all the aspects of Shastrangal and so on. And at a very tender age, Saint Tyagaraja, he came under the tutelage of Sri.Vaidyanatha Iyer. Though his grandfather, maternal grandfather, Giriraja Kavi, was a well-known musician, Sri.Vaidyanatha Iyer was his guru, and at a very tender age, Tyagaraja wrote his first song on the walls of his house. Seeing this, his guru was so happy that he blessed him with some gold ornaments and blessed him and said, "You will become a great composer from now on." Namo Namo Raghavaya, Namo Namo Raghavaya, Namo Namo Anisham, Namo Namo Raghavaya, Namo Namo Anisham, Namo Namo Raghavaya.
Sukhanutaya
Dinabandave, Sukhanutaya Dinabandave, Sukhanutaya Dinabandave, Sukhanutaya Dinabandave, Sakala Lokaya Sindave, Sukhanutaya Dinabandave, Sakala Lokaya Sindave, Namo Namo Raghavaya, Namo Namo Anisham, Namo Namo Raghavaya. Nagaraja
Palanaya
Nagaraja Palanaya, Nagaraja Palanaya, Tyagaraja Sevitaya, Nagaraja Palanaya, Tyagaraja Sevitaya, Namo Namo Raghavaya, Namo Namo Anisham, Namo Namo This ragam is Deshiya Todi. Sounds very similar to Sindhu Bhairavi. We'll move on to another of the Trinity, Muthuswami Dikshidhar. If Tyagaraja had limited travels, Dikshidhar had extensive travels. He was a traveler. He was Chidambaranatha Yogi, his guru, took him up to Varanasi, and he was exposed to a lot of Hindustani music there and so on. In case, he has also come to Chennai and stayed at Manali. He was as a guest of the Mudaliar family there. His father was also a great composer. In fact, that family was very musical. Ramaswamy Dikshidhar was his father, who is credited with having invented Hamsadhwani, that ragam. And his brothers, Baluswami, Chinnaswamy, they were very immersed in music. But even then, he had not become a composer until he came back from his travels. He was told by his guru, Chidambaranatha Yogi, please proceed to Tirthani. How many of you have gone to Tirthani here? Pretty good, because it's very close. Na? If I ask Kedarnath, maybe you may not have gone. But Tirthani is just, 2 hours from here, on the way to Tirupati, right? So, there's a small hillock, you would have seen that. So, Dikshidhar was meditating in a mandapam in Tirthani when he was approached by, again, an old man who placed some jaggery, vellam, on his tongue and blessed him and started composing. Now Dikshidhar, as you all know, is a great composer, one of my favorites. Composed a lot, mostly in Sanskrit only. And his songs, which you will see even from his first song, it's perfect. It's almost like sculpted Dvitiya Akshara Prasamarkatam. Even this song, starts with, how many of you know Maya Malagala? Yeah, that's the first ragam, not that you all learn. Sa re ga ma pa da ni sa ni da ba ma ga re. He starts off with the Arohanam and Avarohanam in 3 different speeds. That was his first song. And it is dedicated not just to Lord Muruga of Tirthani, Lord Muruga, who initiated him into composing, but also there is a reference to his guru, Chidananda, in the Pallavi itself. Srinathadi Guru Guru Jayadi Jayadi 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 Srinathadi Guru Jayadi Jayadi Srinathadi Jayadi Jayadi Chidananda Gaviri Saldadam Grini Bhaja Srinathadi Guru Jayadi Jayadi Chidananda Gaviri Saldadam Grini Bhaja Srinathadi Guru Jayadi Guru Jayati Nana Prapancha Vichitra Karo Nana Prapancha Vichitra Karo Nama Rupa Panchabhuta Karo Nama Rupa Panchabhuta Karo Ajnana Dvanta Prachanda Bhaskaro Ajnana Dvanta Prachanda Bhaskaro Jnana Pradayako Maheshwaro Jnana Pradayako Maheshwaro Vinavaro Dyukta Divyataru We'll now move on to a modern composer, Papanasam Sivan. Papanasam Sivan was neither from Papanasam nor was his name Shivan. He was born Polagam Ramayya, went to Trivandrum, got acquainted with Neelakantan Shivan there, became a Shiva Bhakta, where he was singing some places. Some of his Rasikas called him Shivan, so the name stuck. He worked as a cook in some places, and then imbibing the divinity and grace wherever he worked, in the temple or wherever he was. He used to conduct these Margazhi Bhajanas here, but what was his first song? His first song was in Thiruvarur. When he was participating in the temple procession, suddenly he burst out into song, Ragam Kuntala Varali. In fact, அதெல்லாம் பார்த்துட்டு அவர் பாடி முடிச்சிட்டு they called him Tamil Tyagaiya. He always wanted, some songs to be composed in Tamil. There were many songs which are being sung in Telugu and Sanskrit and so on, but he loved to compose. Of course, he has composed in Sanskrit also, but he loved to compose in Tamil. So his first song was in Tamil. உன்னை துதிக்க அருள்தா, உன்னை துதிக்க அருள்தா, உன்னை துதிக்க அருள்தா, இன்னிசையுடன் 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 உன்னை துதிக்க அருள்தா. பொன்னை துதித்து மடபூவையரையும் துதித்து, பொன்னை துதித்து மடபூவையரையும் துதித்து, சின்னத்தனம் அடைந்து சிற்றமோ கலங்கிடாமல், சின்னத்தனம் அடைந்து சித்தம் அடங்கிடாமல் உன்னை துதிக்க அருள்தா, இன்னிசையுடன் உன்னை துதிக்க அருள்தா. பொன்னாட்டினும் சிறந்த புண்ணிய கமலாலய, பொன்னாட்டினும் சிறந்த புண்ணிய கமலாலய, நன்னாட்டினில் விளங்கி நன்னும் ஜபா நடன, நன்னாட்டினில் விளங்கி நன்னும் ஜபா நடன, நாட்டிய திறத்தில் நாட்டமுடு வாட்டமர, நாட்டிய திறத்தில் நாட்டமுடு வாட்டமர, சொன்னாடாரூரால் தோழனே சுந்தர தியாகேசனே, சொன்னாடாரூரால் தோழனே சுந்தர தியாகேசனே, என்னை துதிக்க அருள்தா, இன்னிசையுடன் உன்னை துதிக்க அருள்தா. So I've just given you a brief stories about our different composers. There is more I would have liked to share with you. I had prepared for a few more, but the point is that we are racing against time, probably owing to the showers that we have in the morning, have had in the morning. So we will have the next lectern on stories, Sangeetha Kathanubhavam shortly. Thank you all for your patient listening. I'll be failing in my duty if I do not acknowledge the contribution made by the Shriram group of companies, our mentor Shri R. Tyagarajan and Shri GVS, who have been part of the music forum right through our journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a very insightful session indeed. I request Shri R.K. Ramakrishnan, sir, to please come on to the dais to honor the artists on stage. And Dr. S. Sunder. Flute, Shri J.B. Shruti Sagar. Mridangam, Shri Sai Raghavan. Vocal support, Srimati J.B. Kirtana. Meanwhile, students, you could write reports on these sessions and can be sent to musicforum.chennai@gmail.com. The best 3 reports will be published, so do take notes. We will now have a presentation by students of Srimati J.B. Kirtana. The singers, Gauri, Prarthana, Shreya, Sanjana, and Lakshana. I request the artists for session 2 to please come onto the stage. We welcome Dr. Sudha Seshayyan ma'am. Please do come on the dais. She will be presenting the session 2 for this music forum session.
Gama pada ni zari zani da ba magari zani sa sa. Gama pada ni zari zani da ba magari zani sa sa. Gama pada ni zari zani da ba magari zani sa sa. Karunai deivame karpagamme. Karunai deivame karpagamme. Kana vendum mundan porpadame. கற்பகமே காண வேண்டும் முந்தன் பொற்பதமே கருணை தெய்வமே கற்பகமே 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 தீம் ததீம் தகதீ Dim tadim takadim takajanu dim dim tarita janu tadim dim tarigita tajanu tadim dim taringinatum dim tadim takadim takajanu dim dim tarita janu tadim dim tarigita tajanu tadim dim taringinatum tatayyenraduva avataditayyenraduvar தாதையென்றாடுவார் அவச்சம் தரிடதையென்றாடுவார் தாதையென்றாடுவார் அவச்சம் தரிடதையென்றாடுவார் ஆடுவார் 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 விఠலன ನೋಡಿದವ ವಿಠಲನ ನೋಡಿದವ ವೈಕುಂಠಗೆ ಓಡಿದವ ವಿಠಲನ ನೋಡಿದವ ವೈಕುಂಠಗೆ ಓಡಿದವ ವಿಠಲನ ನೋಡಿದವ ವೈಕುಂಠಗೆ ಓಡಿದವ ವಿಠಲನ ನೋಡಿದವ ವೈಕುಂಠಗೆ ಓಡಿದವ ವಿಠಲನ ನೋಡಿದವ ವಿಠಲನ ನೋಡಿದವ ವಿಠಲನ ನೋಡಿದವ ವೈಕುಂಠಕ್ಕೆ ಓಡಿದವ ತಂಬೂರಿ ಮೀಟಿದವ ಭವಾಬ್ದಿ ದಾಟಿದವ ತಂಬೂರಿ ಮೀಟಿದವ ಭವಾಬ್ದಿ ದಾಟಿದವ ದಾಟಿದವ ಭವಾಬ್ದಿ ದಾಟಿದವ ಭವಾಬ್ದಿ ದಾಟಿದವ ವಿಠಲ ವಿಠಲ ಪಾಂಡುರಂಗ ವಿಠಲ 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 ಪಾಂಡುರಂಗ ವಿಠಲ 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 ಪಾಂಡುರಂಗ ವಿಠಲ 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 ಪಾಂಡುರಂಗ ವಿಠಲ ವೈಕುಂಠೇಶ್ವರಾಯ ಆಗ ವೈಕುಂಠೇಶ್ವರಾಯ ರಾಯ ರಾಯ ವೈಕುಂಠೇಶ್ವರಾಯ ರಾಯ ರಾಯ ವಿಠಲ ಸಖಯ ಸಖಯ ವೈಕುಂಠೇಶ್ವರಾಯ ರಾಯ ರಾಯ ವಿಠಲ ಸಖಯ ಸಖಯ ವೈಕುಂಠೇಶ್ವರಾಯ 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 ವಿಠಲ ವಿಠಲ ಪಾಂಡುರಂಗ ವಿಠಲ 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 ಗಗ ಮಮ ದದ ನಿ ನಿ ಸ ಸ ಗಗ ಮಮ ದದ ನಿ ನಿ ಸ ಸ ಗಗ ಮಮ ದದ ನಿ ನಿ ಸ ಸ.
We would like to honor the singers, requesting Usha ma'am to honor the singers Gauri, Prarthana, Shreya, Sanjana, Lakshana. Moving to session 2 by Dr. Seshayyan ma'am. Dr. Seshayyan, the former Vice Chancellor of Tamil Nadu Dr. MGR Medical University, Chennai, is a professor of medicine and a featured orator. She has more than 3 decades of teaching experience and also is the director and professor of the Institute of Anatomy. Noted for her Hindu religious discourses and oratory in Tamil, she has for long been a master of ceremonies of key government events. She also has rich administrative experience, having held various positions. She has an array of awards and accolades to her credit. She has effectively struck a balance with her academic journey as well as extended her supports to the arts. Being a featured orator and a resource person for a lot of music and dance events, when she speaks, a cascade of words flow out in poetic brilliance in either Tamil or English. Being a veteran doctor and brilliant orator, Dr. Seshayyan is a dynamic woman who has mastered various roles with ease. Her supporting artists for today, vocal, Srimati Vidya Kalyanaraman, a popular and sought-after musician, well-versed in Tamil compositions, traveled worldwide and very enthusiastic and dedicated vocalist. Violin, Kandadevi Dr. S. Vijayaraghavan. Mridangam, Sri Sai Raghavan. Presenting Dr. Seshayyan.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Thank you very much. Without much ado, for want of time, I would prefer to move on. We heard Dr. Sunder and his team give us glimpses into the stories, the divine sports by which some of the compositions have come into existence. In this session, I would like to approach this Sangeetha Kathanubhavam in 2 different ways. One, a story or an anecdote that caused the particular outpouring to come out. Number 2, some of the stories which are studied inside the verse itself. Now, you all heard about Thiruñana Sambandar and Thirunavukarasar or Appar. Dr. Sunder did mention that they were contemporaries. It so happened that both of them were in a small town called Vedaranyam, which is also called Tirumaraikadu in Tamil. When the two of them were in Vedaranyam, there was an invitation from Madurai, from the queen and the minister of the Pandya kingdom, to Thiruñana Sambandar to come over to Madurai. And this was 7th century, and in 7th century, things were not very cordial for either Shiva worship or Vishnu worship. So there was a kind of a hesitance in the minds of Thirunavukarasar. He was quite old, but then he did not want the young boy in Thiruñana Sambandar to go to Madurai in case he suffers some kind of damage. And you all would know, it is not in our tradition to say no to something that starts. It is not in our tradition to say a kind of an inauspicious term. So Thirunavukarasar wanted to stop him but could not directly tell him, don't go. He kind of thought of an action. He said, the stars are not very good today. The stars and the planets are not very good. At which Thiruñana Sambandar composed a full set of 10 verses which tell, if the God is within me, if the God and divinity are realized by me, the stars or the planets can do nothing to me. Now that is the kind of positive trend that faith in God, faith in godliness would give us. Come what may, if the God is with me, if that divinity is realized, nothing can be done to me and no harm will come. And that is the sentiment with which all of us face life, isn't it? That is how we should face life. And let's hear from Vidyaji as to what that song or composition is.
வேயுரு தோழி பங்கன் விடமுண்ட கண்டன் வேயுரு தோழி பங்கன் விடமுண்ட கண்டன் மிக நல்ல வீணை தடவி
See, those of you who know this song, it's fine. If any of you does not know this song, I would only say, learn it. It's not very difficult. You may not even sing it in a raga, or you can change the raga, or you can even chant it. It's very simple. You all know the days of the week, right? It is just an enumeration of the same. ஞாயிறு திங்கள் செவ்வாய் புதன் வியாழன் வெள்ளி சனி பாம்பு இரண்டுடனே ஆசரு நல்ல நல்ல அவை நல்ல நல்ல. Every day is a good day. Any day will be good provided God is realized. And if we seek the help of God, God is always with us, and that is how we should face life. Now we'll move on to another song, another composition by Thirunavukarasar. You heard so much about Thirunavukarasar. It so happened that he was troubled by others. நிறைய பேர் அவருக்கு நிறைய கஷ்டம் கொடுத்தாங்க. You all would have heard the story of Prahlada. பிரஹ்லாதனுக்கு என்ன பண்ணாங்க? யானையை கொண்டு வந்து நிறுத்தினாங்க, நெருப்பில் போட்டாங்க, கடலில் போட்டாங்க, இல்லையா? Similarly, Thirunavukarasar, again in 7th century, it happened, not prehistoric, in 7th century, it happened in the place called Kadalur. You all would have heard this town, Kadalur. Tirupadri Puliyur, Kadalur are parts of the same town. Now in Kadalur, what they did was, they kind of put him inside a chamber where lime will be baked. சுண்ணாம்பு காளவாய் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க தமிழில். That chamber will have fire. In the lowest part of it, there will be fire, and then there will be water. And when the fire is lit, water will boil, and water vapor will come up. And in that chamber, the uppermost, they'll have some steps, side steps from the wall, where they'll keep lime. And the lime will get, because of the temperature, it will get baked, and that lime will be used for construction. And the step'la, they made Thirunavukarasar sit. And this chamber will not have any ventilation. They'll close the door. Once the door is closed, there'll be only one door, and once that door is closed, no ventilation, no air. It'll only be hot vapor, And for 1 week, they kept him inside and shut the door, thinking that he will not survive. But when they opened the door, he was joyfully sitting there, gleefully smiling and chanting the name of Lord Shiva. And he was also singing. And what exactly was he singing? Vidyaji will now give us.
மாசில் வீணையும் மாலை மதியம் மாசில் வீணையும் மாலை மதியம் வீசு தென்றலும் வீங்கிடவே நீடும் வீசு தென்றலும் வீங்கிடவே நீடும் மூசு வண்டரை பொய்கையும் போன்றதே மூசு வண்டரை பொய்கையும் போன்றதே ஈசன் எந்தை இணையடி நீழலே ஈசன் எந்தை இணையடி
This is a very small verse, just 4 lines. But how much of significance that this verse has. Masil Veenayum, Malai Madiyamum, Visu Tendralum, Vingilavenilum, Moosu Vandarai, Poihayum, Pondrade, Eason, Yendai, Inayadi, Nidale. Upper narrates, enumerates a few things. He is in an area, he is in an atmosphere where there is hot vapor around him. But then whatever he says, just imagine you and me have a headache on a day. And the headache is a little severe. How would we behave to others? We'll show all our anger, all our irritation on people around, isn't it? Amma பக்கத்துல வந்தா போமா எனக்கு தலை வலிக்குது இன்னைக்கு எனக்கு ரொம்ப தலைவலியா இருக்கு. We show all that irritation. கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டமா இருந்தா irritation will be shown. But then he is sitting, this man is sitting there in hot vapor. Nothing is seen in this verse. He only says, Masil Veenai. யாராவது வீணை வாசிச்சா எவ்வளவு சுகமா இருக்கும். Masil Veenai. Malai Madiyam. The full moon of the evening. And how chill it will be, how cool it will be. Visu Tendral, the southern breeze. Vingila Venil, the Vasanta Kalam. All these are cool, right? Moosu Vandarai Poihai, if you are on the banks of a pond and a good garden is there, you could hear the humming of the bees. And that will again be a very cool area. And all these cool things I find in the lotus feet of my God. Easan Yendai Inayadi Nidale. So anything outside, any difficulty outside will not be a difficulty at all, provided you have faith in God and think about God and that God, divinity is inside you. Now we move on to another verse by, of course, one of the trinity of the Shaivite system, Shaivite philosophy, Sundarar. Now, Sundarar, as Dr. Sunder told us, was a youngster and all the time arguing with the god. He would argue with Shiva himself. He would fight with Shiva. Once he went to a town called Vriddhachalam and he asked for gold. From whom? From Shiva. He said, I want gold coins. Those days, they did not have currencies like you and me have today. Gold was the mainstay. And they would kind of exchange gold or, sell it, barter it, and get other things. Sundarar was in the habit of feeding Shivanadiyars in his place. So he told Lord Shiva of Vriddhachalam, I want gold coins so that I can take them home and my wife can make preparations, cook food and feed everyone. So Shiva told him, when are you leaving? He asked him, when are you leaving? Sundarar said, tomorrow. Then Shiva told him, fine, you come back tomorrow morning, I'll give you the gold coins that you asked for. The next morning, Sundarar went to the temple and at the step, the threshold of the temple, the sanctum, there was a silk bag, porkudin soluvanga. Pattu thunila, the coins were all packed and kept. So Sundarar picked up that bag and asked Shiva, how many coins are there? Shiva told him, you asked for 12,000 coins, 12,000 coins are there. And then Sundarar again lifted it. It was so heavy. Imagine 12,000 gold coins. One gold coin will mean, in today's terms, 1 sovereign of gold. 12,000 sovereigns of gold. He picked it up again. It was so heavy, he kept it down and told Shiva, I cannot carry this alone. It's so heavy. And I'll have to go via the forest, through the forest. And if some thief would come and take it away from me, it will be lost. So do something. Do something, send someone with me, someone who would help me, or do something. See how he spoke to God himself. And then God told him, fine, I don't have anyone to send with you now. Let's do one thing. You go to the river there. Vriddhachalam, even today, is on the banks of a river called Manimutta. The Lord told him, go to the bank, drop your coins into the river. You travel jolly well without anything, without any difficulty. Madila ganamilla, vadila bayamillama, you go back to Thiruvarur. You go to your temple tank called Kamalalayam tank and pick it up there. Aathula pota kolathula varuma. Aathula coin pota kolathula coin varuma. We'll all think scientifically and say varadu, isn't it? Now science is not separate. Science, there are scientific explanations here. We'll not go into that. But have basic faith in God. Aathula potar, Sundarar went to the Manimutta river, dropped the 12,000 coins. He travelled all the way to Thiruvarur, went to his house, picked up his wife also. Both of them went to the Kamalalayam tank. If you go to Thiruvarur, even today you can find that Kamalalayam temple tank. And he went and stood in the tank. His wife was there atop the steps. He went down, he stood in water and sang this verse. In the verse, idoda irukra padikam paadinar, 12,000 porkasum thannila medandu vandhathu. That is only to show faith. If you have faith, anything can happen on earth. Let's hear Vidyaji.
பொன் செய்த மேனியினீர் பொன் செய்த மேனியினீர் புலி தோலை அரைக்க செய்தீர் பொன் செய்த மேனியினீர் புலி தோலை அரைக்க செய்தீர் பொன் செய்த மேனி மின் செய்த நுண்ணிடையாள் பறவை இவள் தன் முகப்பே மின் செய்த நுண்ணிடையாள் பறவை இவள் தன் முகப்பே என் செய்தவாரடி கேள் என் செய்தவாரடி கேள் அடியே
See, for paucity of time, Vidyaji is singing only the first verse of the entire Padikam. Dr. Sunder was telling you that these are all Padal. Padal in the sense they all have musicality within themselves. Pan Sumanda Padal, they are called. They have an inherent musicality. And these verses are usually composed in tens. Because they are 10 in number, they are called Padikam, Pattu Padikam. But all the 10 verses are not sung here for want of time. Only the first verse has been chosen, and that only is sung to you. Pon seida meniyinir. Sundarar starts this verse saying, you are golden. You're made of gold. Shiva, you're made of gold, because he has to get the gold coins. And he also says, Mudukundram Amarndir. Mudukundram is the Tamil name for Vriddhachalam. Vriddha Achalam becomes Mudukundram. And even the god there is called Palamalai Nadar. Palaya Malai Nadar. And then he also refers to his wife. Min seida nunnidayal paravai ival tan muhappe. There she is standing there and watching us, and you would have to give us the gold coins, because it speaks of the friendship between you and me. God can also be a friend. Sundarar had a friendly relationship with Lord Shiva. She is watching us, and please give me the gold coins. And all the 12,000 gold coins came afloat. So faith will get everything. From the Shaiva Trinity, Tevara Mover, they are called. They were the three who sang the Tevaram hymns. Tirunjana Sambandar, Tirunavukarasar and Sundarar. From there we move on to Arunagirinathar. Arunagirinathar sang the Tiruppugal. The hymns that he dedicated to Lord Muruga have all been compiled together, and they glory. They sing the glory of Muruga. Glory becomes Pugal, and that is why they are called Tiruppugal. Now, when Arunagirinathar was in Tiruvannamalai, there was another poet, a scholar poet by name Samanthandan. Sambandhandan became a little jealous of Arunagirinatha, which is normal, isn't it? Even today, we find people get jealous of someone else. Jealousy is not a good thing, but this story will tell us what will happen if someone becomes jealous of a good, pious scholar. Sambandhandan was a little jealous of Arunagirinatha and wanted to kind of create problems for him. Sambandhandan was a poet in the darbar of the king who was ruling Tiruvannamalai at that point of time. So he went to the king. The king was Prabuddha Maharaja. You could see the name Prabuddha Maharaja in some of the verses of Arunagirinatha. So Sambandhandan went to the king and said, "What? This man seems to be talking to Muruga. How is it that someone is able to talk to Muruga? He is bluffing. He is not telling you the truth. He is bluffing. He is speaking untruth. If you think that he is speaking truth, tell him one thing. He has to get Muruga here. By his verses, by his singing, he has to get Muruga here, and Muruga should come on a peacock. Only then we can accept that this man is a true devotee of Muruga." Somehow Prabuddha Maharaja also got carried away by what Sambandhandan told. So they called Arunagirinatha and told him, "You now sing a song. You compose a verse now. On hearing that verse, Muruga should come. And we are all here, we are going to sit and watch." Arunagirinatha didn't want to test Muruga. That's not correct. Nevertheless, he had to accept this challenge posed by Sambandhandan. So he stood there in Tiruvannamalai, inside the temple. Those of you who have gone to Tiruvannamalai would have seen a particular sanctum called Kambathu Ilayanar Sannidhi. It is still there. Standing in front of this Kambathu Ilayanar, it was not called Kambathu Ilayanar Sannidhi that time. It was just a Muruga Sannidhi. In the mantap in front, all of them were seated, and Arunagirinatha started composing this verse. He sang this verse. Immediately, Muruga appeared on that column. Column is called Kambam, isn't it? Thoon alladu Kambam. Kambathila இளையவனாயிருக்கிற முருகர் வெளியில வந்தார். இளையனார் is the name given to Lord Muruga. கம்பத்து இளையனார் வெளியில வந்தார். இந்த பாட்டை கேட்டுட்டு நாம இப்போ இந்த பாட்டை கேட்கலாமா?
அதல சேடனாராட அகில மேருமீதாட விண்ணக்காளி தானாட அவளோடன் ரதிர வீசி வாதாடும் விடையிலேறுவாராட அருகு பூத வேதாடம் அவையாட மதுரவாணி தானாட மலரில் வேதனாராட மருவானுளோராட மதியாட வனசமாமியாராட நெடிய மாமனாராட மயிலுமாடி நீயாடி வரவே எதிர்கொள்வாழியால் நீடு கருதலார்கள் மாசேனை பொடியாக கதறு காலி போய் மீள விஜய நேர தேர் மீது கனக்க வேத கோடு உதய தாமமார்பான பிரபுட தேவ மகாராஜன் உள்ளமுமாட வாழ்தேவர் பெருமாளே மயிலுமாடி நீ ஆடி வரவே
This particular song has the king's name also. I told you the king was Prabuda Maharajan. Udayadama Marbana Prabuda Maharajan Ulamum Aada Valdevar Perumale Adala Shedanarada Akila Meru Meedada. You know, he keeps on saying, Yadalla Adu. Murugan Adina, Yadalla Adu. Adala Shedanar. Kizhirukra Adi Seshan. Seshan becomes Shedan. Adala Shedanarada. Akila Meru Meedada. Abinna Kaliyada. Avalode Adira Visi Vadadum Vidayil Yeruvar. Kali, you know, Kali is a manifestation of Parvathy. Parvathy Adra. Avalode Vadadhira. Vidayil Yeruvar. Rishabhathil Varihira. The one on the sacred bull. Shivan Adugirar. Satyalokathila Brahma Adugirar. Saraswati Adugirar. And he added a touch of humor there. He said, Vanaja Mamiyarada Nediya Mamanarada Niyumadi Mayilumadi Varavenum. Muruganoda Appa Amma Adinarkal. இந்த பக்கத்தில் பிரம்மா சரஸ்வதி ஆடினார்கள். இன்னும் முருகன் வரல. ஒரு சின்ன ஹியூமர் ஆட் பண்ணாருங்க. உங்கள் மாமனார் மாமியார் ஆடுகிறார்கள். Valli and Devani, who are supposed to be the consorts of Muruga, are also supposed to be the daughters of Mahavishnu. So Mahavishnu technically becomes the father-in-law. So he said, Vanaja Mamiyar. Vanaja is Mahalakshmi. Vanaja Mamiyar Ada. Nediya Mamanarada Niyum Adi Varavandum. Now it is not the humor that he teased Muruga, but then even under adverse circumstances, he had the presence of mind to have some kind of humor in his verse. So that only indicates whatever is the adversity, if God is with you, you can face, encounter any issue. And this particular verse is such a lovely verse by Arunagirinathar. We'll move on to another verse by Thirunavukarasar. For want of time, I would not be dealing with whatever songs that were prepared. Like Dr. Sunder said, we don't have much time, but then we would want you to have what exactly is behind all these verses. So we'll now move to a verse by Thirunavukarasar. Now, Thirunavukarasar wanted to go to Kailasha. He was a pretty old man. He was 80 plus, maybe 83, 84. And those days, transport facilities were not available like what we have today. And no communication facilities also. No one ever imagined of a cell phone or a computer or any of these gadgets. They had to walk and go. And this old man, all alone by himself, he started walking towards Kailasam, which is the abode of Lord Shiva. En route, he went to several temples. He went to temples in what we currently call the Andhra region. And then he traveled northwards. He was all alone. He could not get adequate food en route and no company. He became so tired and he could not walk also. He was very old. Nevertheless, he would not leave his journey. He had his objective in mind. He said, nothing doing, I will go to Trikailayam. So he dragged his body. When he could not walk, he fell down. He dragged his body. His body was full of injuries. he would still not leave it. He proceeded. After some time, he could not. He lost control of himself. He fainted. He did not have food. His body was all bleeding all over, and he fainted. After some time, somebody woke him. As he opened his eyes, there was a young man sitting next to him, having him on his lap, trying to give him some water and make him come up, make him get revived. So slowly Tirunavukarasar opened his eyes, and this young man kind of, gave him all the help and then gave him some food also. After he ate some food, he got back his energy. He sat up, and the young man asked him, "Where are you going?" This old man said, "I'm going to Tirukailayam." That young man said, "You can't go to Tirukailayam like this. It's very difficult. You can't go. It's impossible for an old man like you with this kind of a body, which is very weak, you cannot travel." But then Tirunavukarasar would not budge. At which the young man said, "Fine, if that is your decision, I can do nothing about it. There is a pond there. You go and cleanse your body. Your body is so ugly with dirt and blood and all that. Please go, cleanse your body and then proceed. Let me go my way." The young man left. Tirunavukarasar was a little awestruck because when he came that side, he did not see a pond. But then there was a pond now. He thought, okay, maybe at that time I was fainting and I didn't know, I was very weak, I didn't notice. So he went to the pond, dipped into the pond, and came out of it. He wanted to cleanse himself. He dipped in and then came up like that. Suddenly he realized he was not in a forest territory. He was not there in that area where he dipped into the pond. He looked up, he could see good construction. He could see a well-constructed temple. He could see a sanctum. And then it struck him, he was there in Thiruvaiyuru. Imagine, he had got into a pond somewhere in north. And when he got up, he was in Thiruvaiyuru. And then he looked, he saw one elephant, a he-elephant, coming with a she-elephant. And then he realized, why did I want to go to Kailayam? I wanted to see Parvathy and Parameshwara. I thought Parvathy and Parameshwara are there only in Kailayam. No, I see this elephant now, these two elephants. I see one female elephant and one male elephant. They are Parvathy and Parameshwara. And everything around me is Parvathy and Parameshwara. Everything around me has divinity. The soil has divinity. Akasha has divinity. Everything around has divinity. And I should protect everything as I would protect godliness. And that is what this verse is. Let's hear this verse.
மாதர் பிறை கண்ணியானை மல்லையான் மகளோடும் பாடி மாதர் பிறை கண்ணியானை மல்லையான் மகளோடும் பாடி போதோடு நீர் சுமந்தே தீ புகுவார் அவர் பின் திருவருவன கண்டேன் கண்டேன் அவர் திருப்பாதம் கண்டறியாதன 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 கண்டேன் கண்டறியாதன கண்டேன் கண்டறியாதன
It's a very beautiful verse and very beautifully sung and presented to us. யாதும் சுவடுபடாது ஐயாறு அடைகின்ற போது. Now he dipped into a pond somewhere and then got up at Thiruvayyaru. What was the route that he traveled? We'll ask that, isn't it? இன்னைக்கு சொன்னா என்ன கேட்போம்? எந்த வழியா வந்தாரு? எந்த ரூட்ல வந்தாரு? பஸ்ல வந்தாரா? கார்ல வந்தாரா? பிளேன்ல வந்தாரா? He says, யாதும் சுவடுபடாது. I didn't know which route I traveled. But then God made me travel. யாதும் சுவடுபடாது ஐயார் அடைகின்ற போது காதல் மடப்பிடியோடு களிறு வருவன கண்டேன். களிறு is a male elephant and pidi is a female elephant. So he says, ஒரு ஆண் யானை பெண் யானையை பிடித்து கொண்டு வந்தது பார்த்தேன். And what did I see? கண்டேன் அவர் திருப்பாதம். திருப்பாதம் யாருக்கு? காடுக்கு இல்லையா? கண்டேன் அவர் திருப்பாதம். I was all this while thinking, Yana is only a Yana. Only now I have realized. See, many of you would have seen this. Many of your parents will not know how to handle this completely. But then you will take it from your father and then do something and that functionality, and your father will say, இதுக்குள்ள இவ்வளோ இருக்கா எனக்கு தெரியாதே. And this is what exactly திருநாவுக்கரசர் said. நான் வெறும் யானைன்னு பார்த்தேன், வெறும் அன்னம்னு பார்த்தேன், வெறும் மயில்னு பார்த்தேன், இதுக்குள்ள இவ்வளோ இருக்கா? இந்த உலகத்துக்குள்ளத்தான் எவ்ரிதிங் இஸ் டிவைன். இந்த டிவினிட்டி இவ்வளவு நாள் எனக்கு தெரியலையே. யாதும் சுவடுபடாத ஐயார் அடைகின்ற போது காதல் மடப்பிடியோடு களிறு வருவன கண்டேன் கண்டேன் அவர் திருப்பாதம் கண்டறியாதன கண்டேன். A lovely verse. And this session will close with one other verse from Tirumalizai Aalvar. Tirumalizai Aalvar is one of the 12 Vaishnavite saints. Tirumalizai Aalvar was born in a place called Tirumalizai, which is very close to Chennai, on the way to Tiruvallur. And he composed a lot of poetry on Lord Vishnu. But then, history says he went to Kaveri. He went to Srirangam. And then he thought, what's the point of me having all these verses written down? It should all there be in my chittam. It should be there in my mind. It should be there in my thinking. And no point having all this. He threw all of them into waters. But then a few of them came back, and that is what we have today in Nalayira Divya Prabandham. This is a wonderful verse. Hear this song, and then we'll see what it is.
கொண்டை கொண்ட கோதை மீது தேனுலவு கூனி கூன் உண்டை கொண்ட ரங்க ஓட்டி உள்மகிழ்ந்த நாதனூர் கொண்டை கொண்ட கோதை மீது தேனுலவு கூனி கூன் உண்டை கொண்டரங்க ஓட்டியுள் மகிழ்ந்த நாதனூர் நண்டையுண்டு நாரை பேரவாளை பாய நீலமே நண்டையுண்டு நாரை பேரவாளை பாய நீலமே அண்டை கொண்டு கெண்டை மேயும் அந்த நீரரங்கமே நண்டையுண்டு நாரை பேரவாளை பாய நீலமே அண்டை கொண்டு கெண்டை மேயும் அந்த நீரரங்கமே
A special thanks to Vidya ji for making it so lovely, because this is essentially I wanted. கொண்டை கொண்ட கோதை மீது தேனுலாவு கூனி கூன் உண்டை கொண்ட அரங்கவோட்டி உள்மகிழ்ந்த நாதன் ஊர். There are two stories studded in this verse. First two lines talk about Srirangam. And whose town is Srirangam? That is the inherent question there. Srirangam யாரோட ஊரு? ரங்கநாத பெருமாளோட ஊரு இல்லையா? But then திருமழிசை ஆழ்வார் says, this is the town of Rama. Why? Because that Ranganatha was the idol in Rama's palace. Hagiography says that it was given by Rama to Vibhishna. Now he says, கொண்டை கொண்ட கோதை மீது தேன் உலாவு கூனி கூன். Kuni, you all know there was a character by name Kuni or Mantra in the Ramayana. So he refers to mantra and says, அந்த மந்த்ராவோட கூன் சரியாகணும்னு அம்பு போட்டாரே அந்த ராமனோட ஊர் கொண்டை கொண்ட கோதை மீது தேனுலாவு கூனி கூன். The second part of the verse is a beautiful scene in Kaveri. No, there is one crane waiting there for fish. Fish கிடைக்கல. கிரேனுக்கு ஃபிஷ் தான் சாப்பாடு. யூ ஆல் நோ, நாரை ஆர் கொக்கு. ஃபிஷ் கிடைக்கல. இட்ஸ் வெயிட்டிங். ஆஸ் இட் இஸ் வெயிட்டிங், இட்ஸ் ஹங்க்ரி. ஸோ இட் தாட், ஐ வில் டேக் அ crab. There is one crab. So the நாரை caught hold of the crab. At which time, one வாழை மீன் came. And the வாழை மீன் looking at the நாரை catching a crab, thought, no, if I go now, I'll also be caught. So what do we normally do? If we don't want to be caught by someone, we try to jump. So this Valai was trying to jump from there to there, trying to escape the Narai. But then as it jumped, the Narai looked at it, oh, you're trying to jump, and the Narai caught it. Same time, there is another Kendai mean which is coming. And the Kendai mean thought, I will not jump now. And it slowly went underneath the water where there was a Nilor Palam, a blue lily, and this Kendai went along the foothold of the blue lily. And the Kendaiku stalk, adukku kaaluna enna, and the Nilor Palathukku kaaluna enna, and the stalk. So in the Kendai and the stalk ku poi apdiye tappichu pochu. This is a beautiful scene. But you know what this scene means? நான் எல்லாம் பண்ணிடுவேன் அப்படின்னு வாழை மாதிரி குதிச்சா ஐ கேன் டூ அப்படின்னா நாரைக்கிட்ட மாட்டிக்கணும். நான் பண்ணுவேன், பட் ஐ வில் ஆல்சோ சீக் தி ஹெல்ப் அண்ட் கைடன்ஸ் ஃப்ரம் காட் அப்படின்னு அந்த காட் கிட்ட போயிட்டு அப்படி போனால் யூ கேன் எஸ்கேப் எனி டிஃபிகல்ட்டி. This is a beautiful verse with lot of information studded as stories. And that's why I thought we'll have this verse here. I saw some of you clapping for this verse. இந்த பாட்டை இன்னொரு தடவை சொல்லி பார்க்கலாமா? அவங்க பாடினாங்க. அதுக்கு ஒரு தமிழில் we say chandas. It has a chandas. And that chandas is a beautiful chandas. கொண்டை கொண்ட கோதை மீது தேனுலாவு கூனி கூன் உண்டை கொண்ட அரங்க ஓட்டி உள் மகிழ்ந்த நாதனூர் நண்டு கொண்டு நாரை பேர வாழைப்பாய நீலமே கெண்டை கொண்டு அண்டை மேயும் அந்த நீர் அரங்கமே. நண்டு கொண்டு நாரை பேர வாழைப்பாய நீலமே அண்டை கொண்டு கெண்டை மேயும் அந்த நீர் அரங்கமே. அச்சமில்லை அச்சமில்லை அச்சமென்பதில்லையே உச்சி மீது வானிடிந்து வீழுகின்ற போதிலும் நண்டு கொண்டு நாரை பேர வாழை பாய நீலமே அண்டை கொண்டு கெண்டை மேயும் அந்த நீர் அரங்கமே. அச்சமில்லை பாட்டு நினைவு இருக்கா? நினைவு இருக்கா? யாரோட பாட்டு இது? அப்படியே கண்டினியூ பண்ணலாமா? மியூசிக் இஸ் அ ட்ரெடிஷன், ரைட்? மியூசிக்காலிட்டி இஸ் அ ட்ரெடிஷன். பழைய காலத்து பாட்டு இதெல்லாம். இன்னைக்கு காலையில் என்ன நினச்சிங்க? எல்லாம் பழைய காலத்து பாட்டை போய் கேட்க போகிறோம் அப்படின்னு நினச்சிங்களா? இல்லையா? இது அப்படியே கண்டினியூ பண்ணோம். எங்கே தெரியுமா? இன்னொரு பாட்டு உண்டு, இதே மாதிரி இன்னொரு பாட்டு நீங்கள் கேட்டிருப்பீங்க. இந்த பாட்டிலேருந்து அப்படியே கண்டினியூ பண்ணலாம். நண்டு கொண்டு நாரை பேர வாழை பாய நீலமே அண்டை கொண்டு கெண்டை மேயும் அந்த நீர் அரங்கமே அச்சமில்லை அச்சமில்லை அச்சமென்பதில்லையே இச்சகத்தில் உளோரெல்லாம் சேருவீர். பாட்டு நினைவு இருக்கா யாருக்காவது? கத்தியின்றி இரத்தமின்றி யுத்தம் ஒன்று வருகுது சத்தியத்தின் நித்தியத்தை நம்பும் யாரும் சேருவீர் அச்சமில்லை அச்சமில்லை அச்சமென்பதில்லையே நண்டு கொண்டு நாரை பேர வாழை பாய நீலமே அண்டை கொண்டு கெண்டை மேயும் அந்த நீர் அரங்கமே. மியூசிக்காலிட்டி நம்ம ட்ரெடிஷனில் எப்படி வந்துக்கிட்டே இருக்கு. அதுக்காகத்தான் இந்த செஷன். There are lots of things. This session, I believe, will only be a kind of an opener. And it's for all of you to think about it, live through several songs, and find out your own ways of enjoying them. All the best, and thank you very much to Music Forum and Music Academy, and of course to Vidya Kalyanaraman and the entire team. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for such a wonderful session, ma'am. I request Sri Bala, committee member of Music Academy, to please come on to the dais to honor the artists on the stage.
Thank you. பொன் செய்த மேனியரே பிரமாதம்.
Dr. Sudha Seshayyan. Sorry? Srimati Vidya Kalyanaraman. Kandadevi Dr. S. Vijay Raghavan. Sri Sai Raghavan sir, who was with us for the previous session as well. Thank you so much. That was Mr. N. Balasubramaniam, Treasurer of Music Academy. Thank you, sir. I request students of Shivaswami Kalalaya to be ready backstage. As the stage gets ready for the next event, all of us know to laugh, right? Number rend session or whatever we saw, there are so many emotions which are within each song, right? Isn't it very similar to the Navarasas that we all know about? So let's try a few rasas here and there right now. Can all of you laugh? So what is this rasa called? Hasya rasa, very good. Ipo நம்ம டீச்சர்லாம் வந்து கோவப்பட்டா what is that rasa called? Raudram. And when they get angry, what are you supposed to get? Scared, Bhayanakam. And when you actually get scared, what is your teacher's reaction? Adbhutam, very good. So that were few of the rasas that we saw. Now, we have seen a lot of types of stories that we have. We have some two very interesting verses, like Tirukkural is something which has been written so many years ago, and still even today, those are poems which are still relevant. Have you all heard of Konangol? Yes? Some of you have, some of you haven't. So what is this Konangol? This is again a very a tradition which is very historic to our culture. So here people use the rhythmic syllables, okay, like takadimi, tarikita, things like that. Now can we try one Tirukural which is infused with Konangol? All right. So I would like all of you to clap with me. Agara mudala எழுத்தெல்லாம் ஆதி பகவன் முதற்றே உலகு தத்த கிட்ட ததீம் தஜம் தீம் தத்த கஜம் ததீம் தோம் தரிகிடதோம். Can we all try this? Can you try to repeat this along with me? I'm sure most of you know the first Tirukural, right? Can we try? Agara mudala எழுத்தெல்லாம் அகர முதல எழுத்தெல்லாம் repeat அகர முதல எழுத்தெல்லாம் ஆதி பகவன் முதற்றே உலகு ஆதி பகவன் முதற்றே உலகு தத்த தக்கிட்ட ததீம் தஜம் தத்த தக்கிட்ட ததீம் தஜம். Try it. தத்த தக்கிட்ட ததீம் தஜம் தீம் தத்த கஜம் ததீம் தோம் தரிகிடதோம் தீம் தத்த கஜம் ததீம் தோம் தரி. Once more. தீம் தத்த கஜம் ததீம் தோம். From the beginning. அகர முதல எழுத்தெல்லாம் ஆதி பகவன் முதற்றே உலகு தத்த கிட்ட ததீம் தஜம் தீம் தத்த கஜம் ததீம் தோம் தரிகிடதோம். Can we have the rain clap once again for the students here of Sri.Vaidyanatha Iyer? The one finger, 2, 3, 4, 5. Presenting students of Sri.Vaidyanatha Iyer.
பஞ்சகனேர் பல துன்பங்களாம் இவள் பார்வைக்கு நேர் பெரும் தீ வஞ்சனையின்றி பகை என்று சூதின்றி வையகமாதரலாம் தஞ்சமென்றே உரைப்பீர் அவள் பேர் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம். வெள்ளை மலர் விசை வேத கருப்பொருளாக விளங்கிடுவார் தெல்லகனை தமிழ் பாடி நினக்கொரு விண்ணப்பம் செய்திடுவேன் எல்லதனை பொழுதும் பயனின்றி ராதனாவினிலே சக்திவேல் 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 வெள்ளமென பொழிவாய் சக்திவேல் 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 சக்திவேல்.
Mic please. Yeah. We would like to honor the students Vidyut Ram, Netra Ranjini, Lakshana, Vaishnavi Chakravarti, Deepta, Malini, Sanjana Prasad, Lalita, Harshvi Sai, Akshara, Shriruta and Hasini. We would next have students of the Tamil Nadu Music College present Panmuga Thala Karuvigal presented by Mr. Sampath Kumar, P.V. Suresh and the students.
We'll be winding up with this session and a very important session for all you young children. Very interesting. The Rasika Awards presentation will be there. So, இன்னொரு 10 minutes wait பண்ணுங்க. And இது ஏன் இந்த college present பண்ணுறாங்கிறதும் உங்களுக்கு எல்லாம் தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். We have had the top 3 institutions perform today from the morning. Okay, that is the reason we had to fit in them also. 10 minutes, hold on children.
Yeah, so he was this saint. So devotee of Vishnu, personal musician, all of that. So he's a little possessive also, no? So he told Vishnu, so am I not your most best devotee that you ever have? So Vishnu said, you know what, I want you to meet a farmer, go back to earth, I want you to meet a farmer there. So Narada was quite upset. Does that mean that I am not your most favorite devotee? But I am the one singing for you all the time, and you're asking me to visit someone on earth who's a farmer. So Narada goes immediately, I want to see this person right away. So he goes and he sees this farmer. He seems to be doing his work throughout. And as he's doing his work, he seems to be calling out the Lord's name. So Narada comes back complaining to Vishnu. You told me he's a better devotee than me. I sing for you throughout the day. But he is only remembering you here and there. And how can you tell that I am not the most best devotee for you? So Vishnu gives Narada a task. He asks him, he gives him a bowl of oil, and he says, you go around and come back, but not a drop of this oil should fall down. So when your mother gives you some work like that, 1 tumbler of milk, and says, come here or take it from here and there, what do you do when you hold it? You go carefully, make sure not 1 drop falls down. This is precisely what even Narada did. He was holding the oil in his hand. Virakudada, 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 virakudada. This is what he did throughout. And he came to Vishnu and said, see, not a drop of oil has fallen down. I did exactly what you asked me to do. So Vishnu asked him, I gave you a task. You did it perfectly. Very good. But while you were doing this task, how many times did you think of me? What did Narada say? 0. Correct. She showed me. 0. Precisely. Why? Because he was so involved in his work, he forgot to think about Lord Narayana. But the same farmer, he had his work, but even between his work, he was thinking about Lord Narayana, which is precisely what he meant. It is not that you sing for me, you do this, you do that, only then you become my best devotee. It is only the idea to think about me. That is when you can become my best devotee. That brings us to the 3rd form of bhakti, which is smarana bhakti. So I don't know to sing. I can listen to music. I'm good with that. Though little bit there, Kasamusa, I keep talking like that, I can see, but it's okay. I can listen, I can sing, I cannot sing also, but all of us can do one form of bhakti, which is think of him, which is what makes us his best devotee. So you guys don't have to worry if you don't sing or not. I'm sure we all can think of him, and that's more than enough for us to be able to appreciate music, which is the whole point of this exercise, to bring in more rasikas to the art form than performers. It is very important as youngsters for us to appreciate such classical art forms. I'm sure the stage is ready, presenting the students of the Tamil Nadu Music College.
Test, check. Okay, check. Okay. Come here. You play, check.
Valediction.
Okay, ready. வணக்கம் எல்லாருக்கும். பன்முக தாள கருவிகள் சார்பில் நான் தமிழ்நாடு இசைக்கல்லூரிலேருந்து வந்திருக்கேன். ஓகேங்களா? பன்முக தாள கருவிகள் நிறைய ஃபோக்கஸ்ன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க, நிறைய விஷயங்கள் இருக்குது அதில். இப்போது ஒரு சின்ன டெமோ தான், டைம் ரொம்ப ஷார்ட்டாக இருக்குது, ஒரு சின்ன டெமோ தான், அது நீங்கள் பாருங்கள். இதில் வந்து நிறைய இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட்லாம் இருக்குது, ஹவுஸ் ஹோல்ட் ஆர்டிகல்ஸ் நிறைய இருக்குது, அதில் எப்படி சவுண்ட்ஸ்லாம் வருதுன்னு நம்ம காட்ட போகிறோம். ஓகேங்களா? நடுவில் நான் அந்த என்ன இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட் பேர்லாம் நான் சொல்லிடுறேன் உங்களுக்கு. ஓகேங்களா? ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுறேன். ரெடி? 1 2 1 2 3 4. ரீசோன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. இது வந்து கடசிங்காரி. இது வந்து டோன்ட் மிஸ்டேக், இது வந்து பறை அல்ல, இது டேப். இது வந்து டேப், ஃபிலிம் லைனில் வாசிக்கிற டேப் இது. ஓகேங்களா? பறைக்கிறதுக்கு நிறைய வித்தியாசம் இருக்குது. இதில் இந்த பேட்டர்ன்ஸில் வாசிக்கணும். 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 clap clap clap. ஓகே, லைனா வாசிக்கணும். is called triangle. Thank you, students. இந்த வாய்ப்பை கொடுத்த லீக் அகாடமிக்கும் என்னுடைய இசைக்கல்லூரி முதல்வர்களுக்கும் மற்றும் எல்லாருக்கும் ஒரு நன்றியை தெரிவிக்கிறேன். ஃபோக் இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட் வேறு பன்முகத்தாலே டைமண்ட்ஸில் நிறைய இருக்குது. ரொம்ப ஷார்ட் ஆஃப் டைம் மேடம் சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. நெக்ஸ்ட் டைம் நான் நிறைய சொல்லேன். டெமோ பண்ணுறதுக்கு போய் பேசி நான் சொல்கிறதுக்கு ஈஸியாக இருக்கும். பட் ஐ hope you are all enjoy, right? Wonderful. Super clap பண்ணுங்க. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We would like to honor the artists on stage.
Thank you so much, Sampath Kumar sir, for this wonderful ஒரு திடீர் எங்களுக்குலாம் ஒரு ப்ளசன்ட் சர்ப்ரைஸ். இது பிளானில் இல்லாமல் நாங்கள் எப்படி ஃபோக் ஆர்டிஸ்டில் ஃபஸ்ட் டைம் தமிழ்நாடு கவர்மெண்ட் மியூசிக் காலேஜில் இதை கொண்டு வந்திருக்காங்க. ஸோ வி ஷுட் கிவ் தெம் அவர் அப்ரிசியேஷன், அவர் பிக் ரவுண்ட் ஆஃப் அப்ளாஸ். I request Dr.Sunder to honor Mr. Sampath Kumar, Mr. P.V. Suresh and the artists on stage.
I request the dignitaries to please come onto the stage. Dr.Sunder, Mr. Shivakumar, Principal of Tamil Nadu Government Music College, Dr. Sudha Seshayyan Ma, Sri Balasubramaniam, Treasurer, Music Academy. We would like to mention the Tamil Nadu Government Music College has been of extreme support to this initiative by sending maximum number of students these so many years, and it gives us great honor to have their principal here with us. We would like to extend our gratitude to the Music Academy for always being of immense support to Music Forum and supporting this initiative for us. I request Dr. Sunder to honor Mr. Shivakumar. Principal, Tamil Nadu Government Music College. Request Dr. Sunder to honor Sri Balasubramanian Sir, Treasurer, Music Academy.
So, இப்போது schools எவ்வளோ பேர் வந்திருக்கேன், ஒரு 23 schools have come today, braving very heavy rains. சாதாரணமாக அங்கே பால்கனிலாம் கூட ஃபுல்லாகிடும் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸு. இந்த வாட்டி ஃபஸ்ட் டைம் தட் only the ground floor is full. அது வந்து நிறைய இன்டர் ஸ்கூல் காம்படிஷன்ஸ் அண்ட் ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் டே, ஆனுவல் டே அப்படின்னு இருக்கிறதுனால இந்த வாட்டி கொஞ்சம் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் கம்மி. பட் ஸ்டில் நீங்கள் ஒத்துத்தரும் வந்து இட் மேட்டர்ஸ் ஸோ மச். தேங்க்ஸ் லாட் டு ஆல் தி மேனேஜ்மெண்ட், டீச்சர்ஸ், லவ்லி டீச்சர்ஸ். அவள் இல்லாமல் இன்றைக்கி வந்து நீங்கள் உங்களெல்லாம் கூட்டின்னு வந்திருக்கவே முடியாது. அண்ட் டு த சில்ட்ரன் அண்ட் தேர் பேரண்ட்ஸ் who have braving incessant rains. நீங்கள் எல்லோரும் வந்திருக்கேன். ஹேட்ஸ் ஆஃப் டு யூ ஆல். நான் வந்து ஒரு ஸ்கூல் பேரை படிக்கிறேன். 2 students and 1 teacher, please come on to the stage to receive the certificates. And we are also happy to tell you the teachers also will be given certificates. First in the list, Bhavan's Rajaji Vidyashram. I request 2 students and the teacher to come. 20 students have come from Bhavan's Rajaji Vidyashram. Please come soon. Shankara Adiyar, 2 students and a teacher, please. Adiyar Shankara. They have sent 9 students today. The teacher is not there, 2 students can come. PSBB, our staunch supporter, just a mail and the 3 branches they come, sent so professionally done. ஒரு மெயில் வந்துடும், எத்தனை ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வரும், டீச்சர்ஸ் எவ்வளோ பேர் வரான்னு. we are so happy and thankful to the PSBB group of schools. நல்ல கை தட்டலாமே. PSBB Nungambakkam, 29 children. PSBB KK Nagar, 42 kids. And PSBB T Nagar, 15 students. So ஒரு பிரான்ச்சும் நீங்கள் 2 குழந்தைகள் வாங்கோ. டீச்சர் ப்ளீஸ் ஆல்சோ கம். PSBB Nungambakkam. இந்த யூஷுவல் சியர் எல்லாம் பசி வந்துடுதா? ஒரே நல்ல ஜாலியாக என்ஜாய் பண்ணுவோம் இந்த செஷன். PSBB Nungambakkam, please come out to the stage. PSBB KK Nagar, please get ready. 42 kids and 2 teachers. வாங்கோ மேலே. PSBB KK Nagar, 42 kids. Student and teacher representative, please come to the stage. PSBB T Nagar. PSBB T Nagar. Tamilisai Kalluri, I request the teacher to please come out to the stage, and 2 students please. They have sent 45 students. Tamilisai Kalluri, the teacher was also there. The next will be KSN School, Shankara from Thiruvanmiyur. 20 students have come and 2 teachers. Please come out to the stage to receive your certificates. KSN School. Tamilisai Kalluri vandurunga. They are coming this side. Shrimati Dr. Lalita Jawahar, she is here. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the support. Tamilisai Kalluri, 45 students. The next, Shankara Global, 20 students. I request a teacher and 2 students to please come out to the stage. Shankara Global, Keelkattalai. Alcott Memorial. ஸ்டூடெண்ட் ஒருத்தர் வாங்க, அவங்க டீச்சர் வாங்க. ஆல்காட் மேலே உட்காந்துட்டு இருக்காங்க. ஓகே, அந்த குறையும் தீர்ந்து போச்சு. பால்கனியில் ஆல்காட் மெமோரியல் ஸ்கூல் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் ஆர் சீட்டட் தேர். கம் ப்ளீஸ் கம். The next to follow will be Shankara Thiruvanmiyur RT office. Please come, 2 students and the teacher. Alcott Memorial teacher and 2 students. Shankara Global irkela. Shankara Thiruvanmiyur RTO office. எல்லாரும் இன்னைக்கு காலையில் 7 மணிக்கு ஃபோன் பண்ணி, மேம் இன்னைக்கு ப்ரோக்ராம் இருக்கா, நாங்கள்லாம் வந்துடலாமா அப்படின்னு. ஸோ தேங்க்ஸ் ஃபார் கம்மிங். Hindu Senior Secondary School. Uma madam, a lovely teacher, very dedicated. I request her to come out to the stage. And 2 students please. Hindu Senior Secondary School, represented by their teacher Uma Balasubramanian and 2 students. Rukmini Devi Natya Kshetra. The dance students vandirukela. Shankara School Keelkattalai vandirukela. Shankara School. Sevalaya teacher, please come out to the stage. Sevalaya, 2 students also please. Shankara School Urapakam. Shankara School Urapakam. Shankara School, Koraipakam, Okkiyam, Koraipakam. Shankara School, Koraipakam. Sri Shankara Matriculation School, Thiruvanmiyur. Again, this school is a regular supporter. I request their music teacher also to please come. Shankara Matriculation. Now we move on to the top 3 institutions. ஒரு ஸ்கூல் வந்து 89 ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் அமைச்சிருக்காங்க, and that is Sivaswami Kalalaya. I request their school teacher and 2 students to please come out to the stage. ஸோ எங்களுக்கு என்ன ஆசைன்னா, அந்த இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன்ஸ் டாப் 3 இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணி நிறைய ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் அனுப்புகிறவளுக்கு ரசிகா அவார்ட் ஆஃப் த இயர் அப்படின்னு கொடுத்து, எதுக்கு இதோட பர்பஸ் என்னன்னா, நீங்கள் எல்லோரும் நிறைய கச்சேரி கேட்கணும், நம்ம சங்கீதத்தை இன்னும் நல்லா புரிஞ்சுட்டு யங் ரசிகாஸ் நிறைய வரணும் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு ஆசையில் தான். Let us give them a very big round of applause. நார்மலாக 100+ அனுப்புவாங்க, இந்த வாட்டி கொஞ்சம் குறைஞ்சி போச்சு. 89 ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் ஃப்ரம் சிவஸ்வாமி கலாலயா. So now comes Sivaswami Kalalaya, the proud recipients of the Rasika Award 2025. One of the recipients. I thank the management and the teachers and the students and the parents for this wonderful effort. இந்த வாட்டி நிறைய ஃபஸ்ட் டைமர்ஸ் வந்திருக்காங்க நம்ம இந்த ஒர்க் ஷாப்புக்கு. அதில் ஒன் அமங் தி ஸ்கூல் சுவாமி ஸ்கூல் காயத்ரி கிரீஷ். நம்ம எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும் காயத்ரி கிரீஷ், a wonderful musician. அவங்க ரன் பண்ணுற இந்த ஸ்கூல் 101 students have come today, and I request the school teacher and 2 students. They also get the Rasika Award 2025. I request the management to keep supporting this cause. A teacher can receive the cup, please. Students all சேர்ந்து for the last 4-5 years இந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பிளேஸ்க்கு போட்டி போட்டுண்டு மேக்ஸிமம் நம்பர் ஆஃப் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் அனுப்பிண்டு இருக்கிற எனக்கு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப மனசுக்கு ஒரு ரொம்ப பிடிச்ச இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் தமிழ்நாடு கவர்மெண்ட் மியூசிக் காலேஜ். ஸோ அதோட பெரிய எஃபர்ட் எங்கள் பிரின்சிபல் அரவிந்த் சிவகுமார் சார், நான் ஒரு 2 வாட்டி போய் பார்த்தேன் அவரை. சார் எங்களுக்கு சப்போர்ட் பண்ணணும், நீங்கள் ஹெல்ப் பண்ணணுன்னு. அவரும் வந்து அத்தனை குழந்தைகளையும் அனுப்புகிறேன். ஆக்சுவலாக 350+ வந்திருக்கணும், இன்றைக்கி மழைனால 280 பேர் தான் வந்திருக்காங்க இன்றைக்கி. தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச் சார். அண்ட் ஐ ஆல்சோ தேங்க் விஜய் ராகவன்ஜி who has been supporting. So I request Vijay Raghavan sir and 2 students from the Tamil Nadu Government Music College to come and receive the first place Rasika Award 2025. We are very honored and happy about this. கைத்தட்டல் சத்தம் போறவே இல்லை. ஸோ இந்த ப்ரோக்ராம் பற்றின ஃபீட்பேக் டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் நீங்கள் அழகாக எழுதி அனுப்புங்க. உங்களதில் பெஸ்ட் 3 வில் பி பப்ளிஷ்ட். ஸ்ருதி மேகசினில் ஆன்லைனில் அவங்க லாஸ்ட் இயர் கூட பிஎஸ்பிபிலேருந்து 3 என்ட்ரிஸ் வந்தது. இந்த வாட்டி ஐ ரிக்வெஸ்ட் ஆல் ஆஃப் யூ டு ஃபைட் ஃபார் தட் ப்ரிவிலேஜ். நல்லா எழுதி அனுப்புங்க. we will publish the best top 3 feedbacks. Okay, next year kuda vaango. Let us all stand up for the national anthem. I request Dr. Sunder to please come and lead the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उत्कल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे गाए तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे